All right, meantime, the president on the campaign trail this past week in a number of key swing states. At a campaign stop Thursday, the president spoke one-on-one with our affiliate in Pennsylvania about the issue of mail-in voting and the post office, with the White House and Postmaster General saying this week that some of those cutbacks will be delayed now until after the election.
They're not going to do anything until after the election. And even then, I said, we don't want to lose any jobs. The post office is in great shape. It's run by very good people. And the big problem isn't the post office, it's what's going to happen when they're giving out millions and millions of ballots and dumping them all over the place. And again, absentee ballots are good. You request it, they send it, you sign it, you send it in, that's good. But these universal mail-in ballots are horrible. It's going to be a scandal like you've never seen before.
All right, certainly this issue has caused a lot of controversy already, with Democrats accusing the administration of sabotaging the post office. But what about the impact here in Indiana? Could this still cause problems here ahead of the election? Kelly Rinke takes a closer look.
The clerk in Bartholomew County says his office has already received 4 times as many absentee ballot applications than what they got for the 2016 general election.
We need to get the word out to voters that they need to submit an application as soon as possible.
Marion County has received roughly 15,000 so far, an increase of nearly 80% in 11 days.
We are on track to greatly exceed previous general elections.
Extra staff are starting next week to get a head start on processing those applications.
It is something that is extremely urgent for voters to not wait to the last minute. This is not the election.
For the primary election, Marion County Clerk's office received the bulk of absentee applications during a 3-week window, and some voters got their ballots about 2 weeks after they were sent.
How concerned are you about mail delays come the general election?
Well, from our perspective, we are just trying to position voters to be in a position where they can make sure that their vote is counted.
And if you receive an absentee ballot a few days before Election Day, Marion County plans to allow voters to hand-deliver those ballots rather than mail them. You may remember those long lines at the polling locations in Marion County during the primary election. They want to make sure that people have plenty of opportunities to vote in person in November. We're going to find out some more information about those locations on August 26th when the election board meets to adopt a plan. In the newsroom, I'm Kelly Rinke, Fox 59 News.
Kelly, thank you. There's also been a lot of discussion about whether the state should expand absentee voting in the midst of this pandemic. This week I spoke about that with former Congressman Todd Rokita, the Republican nominee for Attorney General.
We have some reasonable absentee ballot laws here in this state. I completely support the governor here again on that issue. Our election systems are geared for in-person voting. If you want to know within a reasonable amount of time who won the election, the majority of Americans and Hoosiers have to vote in person, or otherwise, the president's right, you'll be counting for weeks and months and then trying to sort out the fraud that the Democrats are put on the country.
But some have been asking, in the midst of this, some have been asking, why shouldn't someone with a legitimate health concern related to the coronavirus not be able to apply for an absentee ballot in our state?
Well, in our vulnerable populations, like those 65 years of age or older, which is the biggest population by far of those who are afflicted with the coronavirus, that is an exception. That is an exception. The other thing is, we're going to grocery stores, Dan. We're going out and otherwise respecting.
Not everyone is. Not everyone is going to grocery stores. What about
those vulnerable populations, like I just said, are protected in a vast majority by our current legal processes.
More of that interview next week, as well as Rokita's opponent, coming up next this Sunday in Focus. More reaction to last week's Democratic convention, and our panel looks ahead to next week's Republican convention. Then later we'll hear from Governor Holcomb and his opponent Woody Myers on the topic of race and equality. Stick around, we'll be right back.